Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase, where you guys have basically caught up to me. I don't have any buffer left. I'm on the latest version of Factorio 1630 something. You can see the time that has elapsed. We're now on mining productivity 164. And just showing you some launches because we haven't looked at them for a while. So I thought I'd show you one other thing. Basically what happens is this one plus this one, if they equal 96,000 I think, which is the capacity of one of these in space science, one of these passive provider chests, then I shut down all the launches because these ones are always drained before the back ones. So it's always the back ones that would otherwise potentially choke. So as long as the two of them together are less than 96,000 per this red wire, then we keep sending rockets. And that's why this is sort of bursty. You get a blast of a lot of rockets and then you get none for a while. UPS, you can see it's improved, certainly when I'm not in map mode. Well, when I'm not recording, I'm getting about 39, so that's not too bad. I have completed the landfill here. I have finished this clearance, scorch and burn, although we can scorch and burn that bit as well, which we haven't done yet. Obviously this has nothing to do with oil, but is for our perimeter defense. And we may need to do a bit more because I was finding with the advanced state of some of this pollution cloud, we're getting a few biter attacks coming up here and attacking science, which is just not on. So we may have to do a bit more perimeter, but that is not what we're going to do this episode. This episode we're going to try and fix up green. Oh, look at this congestion we're getting now. What's trains? 3.2. I'd really like to see if I could get trains down to 2.0 or something like that. I don't know if it's possible, and certainly the entities, we need to drop that as well. If we're to have any, oh there you go, 2 point something. If we're to have any chance of dealing with this, but I think congestion is terrible for them. I think this having red here is not such a grand idea. There's a couple of things I'm kind of thinking of doing. Maybe make this a single 4 entranceway, so this would end up coming off here, and it's wrong anyway because it should be 2 going just in. This is only an in, this is the out up here, and then having the out come all the way back down and feed in here, so that yeah, we get the in and out that way. And just have it impact once, and probably do the same even with this one. It might mean trains are doing a slightly longer trip, but it wouldn't be too bad overall. So yeah, that's where we are at. It certainly did help, the things we have done, but it hasn't helped enough. Now, green circuits, I think I want them on this side. I think copper will be fed to it from this side, probably iron from below. Green circuits could go out anywhere, which means we may not even, in fact we may not even need the center aisle if we do that. No, I guess I'll have iron come off the middle bit. But anyway, in any event, I want it anyway as a place to potentially move red to, I think. So I want to kind of define where a center should go, and to that end I'm going to jump on board my train, head off in the wrong direction a little bit. How are we placed about there? A little bit further. About here. No, we could actually probably, I'm trying to basically have a pathway up about there. Well, if I get out of the train, of course it's where trees are, that's inevitable. Let's just get rid of these trees for the moment. Now if it came up there, it would probably be just about okay. So if I can find my good rail. I want... do I want the 4-way or do I just want a 2-way? No, we'll do a 4-way. So it would more or less come up at this point. Yeah, that's probably about right. Let's get rid of 5 signals then. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we want. So 1, 2, 3, right, that's the central part. Whoops, not that, that's the central part. And there we are with our 4-way. Now this is the revised version of the 4-way where you don't get to go any way you want. This one follows into the middle, this one goes to the outside, this one stays on the outside, etc, etc. And I am perfectly fine with that. I don't see any need for the other variation. Right, let's head up here quickly. Get out of harm's way. I guess we should get a 4-way added in. Is that out of reach? That's not good. Alright. Let's get rid of it then. Have to get rid of these extra signals. There. Better. Guys, come on, there's work to be done here. You got better things to do, have you, than... I guess they actually need some resources to do it with. So that's basically where we will start. Now what I want to do is insert the green circuits here. So I know I took a copy of green circuits fairly recently, which I actually have on me, but I think we're going to do it all again. We're going to have to get right up into map view. Guess I want to do that. Hopefully that's everything that we need. It looks like it. Right. Let's move those guys out of the way. We're going to need Invini Zoom very soon, so that I can try and place this somewhat reasonably. Right, Control L. There we go. Let's see how this thing fits. It's not bad. Now let's see it from an extreme distance. Oh, there we go. 6 frames a minute. A little bit too small. Actually, a lot too small. Come on, guy. Sort your act out. It does tend to suggest there could be an issue fitting a whole red stack above it, so I might have to be a little bit wary of that. Although that's just a temporary copper mine that is dying out fairly soon. So we could delay moving the red. We might have to. Yeah, I think something like this should be okay. Maybe over this way a little bit more. Here we go. And let's get out of Invini Zoom. So the much anticipated, yeah, stop wasting all of my rail, thanks guys. What we need to do is join up the bit that's up here somewhere. Probably, well, I might even run back to the train for this actually. Lost all of our UPS having laid this thing down, this unconstructed building, but that's something we're just going to have to live with for the moment. That stop doesn't exist anymore. Do I have copper smelt? I do. Let's pretend we're going to copper smelting 4 so that the train can use the features of I can do the steering for me. I got up to 39 and now I've killed it already. I am thinking I want to go just above this thing. So let's get out and have a look just where our blueprint ended up. There it is. So, it's basically this bit here. I want, instead of heading down like that, to come over. Maybe it should be below that. No, it probably should be above it. Let's just put it right next to it. That'll be fine. Right, so I want a 4 to 2, that would be that one, and we want it about there, so let us get rid of those signals, and that guy can go in like so. Grab a few more rails. Be short of anything else we might need, not at the moment. Let's back down here again. Sure nothing's coming. Whoops. It's actually driving it forwards. Oh. That's about as close as you can get. Thanks for stopping, dude. Alright. Where's that one going? Good, it's not going where we are. Where's this one going? Straight through. Okay, that should be fine. Let's get up here before any other problems arise and get into our two-way, our standard two-way. Where do we need to get to? It's impossible to see, isn't it? Pretty sure we need to lose a bit of altitude here, so let's grab some more rail. Oh, I've got tons of signals, I don't really need those. What about these guys? Good. Okay, let's get back to yeah, somewhere over here. There is that. Okay. I guess then that what I want to do is a corner. ASAP. We can always change this concept later if it turns out that we need to bend earlier. So that's where that is, alright. How does this work? Does it work at all? How about we, instead of doing that, take this lot out. Connect up on a diagonal. Which we don't do very often, but I have done it somewhere. Not really. Alright, never mind. we will just recreate the diagonal. I'm sure that is not that hard. Maybe start with this one. There we go. And now the other side. That didn't look too terrible. Oops. Right, and wires, since we did all that manually, we don't get the wires for free. But they don't take very long to connect, so it's not such a big deal, and they don't cost very much. Certainly not when you're running a Gigabase. This one. Right, let us see if we can get our supply stop and our own stop built. We won't need the rubbish stop overly much, given that this is all landfill. So this one will be hashtag GC2 as our second green circuit stop. This one, of course, will be rubbish. And this one will, of course, be outpost supply. Now, let's see if we can get this to complete. Looks like we've got everything. Oh no, that's power. Why don't you have power? Because... what? Seriously, guys, why don't you have power? You've got power. You've got power. There is some sort of order here that we don't want. $16,000. That is a problem. Okay, we're going to have to zero that order. I think basically what I have to do is remove the memory circuit and then replace it down, and that will clear the supply. You don't really need to see it, it's just a waste of time, so I'm going to pause and rejoin you in a moment. And welcome back. So what did we actually do exactly? Well, I'll quickly show you, because I guess the key is I just wanted to save time, not like hide as such. So in this collection, these two here basically contain the supply train as a memory cell, the contents that get sent through on the green wire. I ripped those two up after creating a blueprint like so. just removed these two, so the blueprint covers everything around it, and I planted it back down, and it reconnected all the required wires, and that was it. So we should be back in business. We're missing some yellow supply chests, so what we need, I guess, are, let's get say 100, maybe 200. We can always grab them back. We don't need 50, but we probably need, say, I don't know, 20. And then we'll read this 4.8k rail. I guess we'll get 4,000 rail. What else? We need, say, 2,000 of the prod modules. Oh yeah, that's right. So this is the old style of front and back, not full surround, which is why we end up with more prod modules than we do speed modules. 1,700. But saying that, we are able to do direct insert, which perhaps saves in other ways. I think that was 1,600, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's just get 800 beacons. Um, 600 of these guys. I have some on the train, I believe, which is why I don't necessarily need to get the exact number. 550 of those. 480, because it might round down. Let's just get 500. Oh, good grief, we need a lot of medium power poles. Guess I should probably get the... Well, let's get 150 anyway, that should be fine. And 150 roboports. And 140 big poles. 100 signals. Actually, we probably don't need any. I'll just get 50 signals, because we've got tons on the train. Lamps, 74 lamps. We also have quite a few of those on the train, so I guess I'll get 50. 34 steel chests. Alright, let's just get 40. Decider combinators and arithmetic combinators. I think I'm fine on those. I might just get another 20 substations, so and then we've got rats and mice. We should be good. Let's order that lot, and because I'm getting a little bit conscious of how long some of my videos have been going, the actual build out of this is going to be very similar to what we have done before, so I may well just do it between episodes once the supply train starts delivering, and save a little bit of time so that we can press on to other things. There are a lot of other things that we need to do, but certainly it's going to be a while before we get all of this stuff from the supply train, so I'm probably just going to leave it for a little bit and let the supply train do its thing. Might just have a quick look, see how it's going at the moment, just make sure that my changes didn't muck anything up. Doesn't look like they did. They're loading up the stack inserters at the moment. You can kind of track it here. So we've already got the steel chests and then stack inserters, that's the end of them. Now we're doing medium poles, and now substations, and now rails. So yeah, we'll just let them carry on, do that in their own good time. What I'm going to do is go back out to copper and try and complete this sort of exercise, and I'm actually going to try and get rid of all of these extra boxes as well, because I think they will actually play quite a part in terms of the overall reducing the overall landscape of UPS drain, so it's probably worth doing that. And when it looks like the supply train is sort of done or almost done, I'll go back to that. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.